Good afternoon. I'm Joe Herbert, your Erie real estate agent. Today, I want to bring 3 important things to know about Erie's economy. Before I get started, make sure you click that subscribe button, click the bell, smash that like thumb, and drop a comment below when this video is done and let us know what you know about Erie's economy. A lot of the statistics that I was able to research came from the Erie County website, the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, GoErie.com, and Choose Erie. So if you want to fact check any of this information, go right ahead. These statistics ebb and flow from year to year, and most of this data was compiled in the second and third and fourth quarter of 2022, and today we're in February of 2023. But it's still fairly accurate. The number one industry for employment in Erie County is healthcare. Roughly about 20% of the employment comes from healthcare. And we have 3 major healthcare facilities in Erie County. We have UPMC Hammett, which is on the bayfront right in downtown Erie, and they're part of a massive UPMC Health Network. And we have Allegheny Health Network, which is St. Vincent's Hospital, and they're in the city of Erie as well, but more towards the center of Erie. And then just south of Erie in Mill Creek, which is a suburb of Erie, we have Lecom's Mill Creek Community Hospital. There's also numerous smaller specialty healthcare facilities in Erie County, but healthcare is the number one provider of jobs in Erie County. The second industry that provides a lot of jobs in Erie County is manufacturing. About 15% of the jobs in Erie come from manufacturing. And Erie was traditionally a major manufacturing hub on the Great Lakes. And even today, because Erie is the only port on Lake Erie in Pennsylvania, the amount of cargo that moves back and forth through Erie County is massive. Also, we have great access to rail, major highways, and a great airport. So those 4 things make Erie a great place for manufacturing. And we have a very multi-generational, high-skilled labor force as well. Third biggest employer in Erie County is retail. And that attributes to about 11% of employment in Erie. And we had a huge mall in Erie, we still do. We have some major retail and hospitality zoning sectors in Erie where you find a lot of those businesses. Retail is the 3rd biggest employer in Erie County. Right behind that, the 4th biggest employer is education. And they're about 8 to 10% of the jobs in Erie County. And that's because we have 4 major universities, and we have numerous trade and occupational schools, and now we also have a community college. The 4 major universities, Penn State, Barron, and by the way, that's one of Penn State's biggest satellite campuses, and it's one of the only ones that teaches full 4-year degree programs where you don't have to go to Penn State main campus. We have Gannon University that's in downtown Erie. We have Mercyhurst University that's more in the southern part of the city. And about a half an hour south of Erie, we have Edinboro University. So 4 great universities. Right behind education is hospitality. And now that is restaurants, motels, hotels, and that accounts again for about 10% of employment in Erie County. And then I'm going to talk about another sector here that I don't have the statistics on as far as the number of jobs, but it's a major industry sector in Erie, and that's tourism. Largely it's because we are a port city with a bay and a wonderful peninsula that juts out into the lake. And we've got 13 sandy beaches. The bay has all kinds of boating, water skiing and fishing opportunities. In fact, we have a great sailing culture in the bay and the lake here. We have 2 wonderful amusement parks, Waldameer Amusement Park and Water Park, and Splash Lagoon, which is a huge indoor water park. So tourism is very strong in Erie and creates a lot of jobs. Also, the sport fishing in Erie County brings in about $30 million in revenue to different businesses. Well, the second thing I want to talk about now, which occupations in these industries create the best average salaries? And of course, the number one average salary in Erie County is management. And that's management jobs in manufacturing, in healthcare, in education. And the average salary in management in Erie County is about $94,000 a year. And the second one is the legal field, which accounts for about an $82,000 a year average salary. The third best occupation, salary-wise, is healthcare. Now, you have to take this fact with a little bit of a grain of salt. The average salary for a healthcare worker is about $74,000 a year. But keep in mind that's the average. Of course, we have physicians making a lot more than that. Nurses typically make about 50 to 70 grand. And then you have a lot of healthcare support jobs that pay $15 to $30 an hour. So that's the average, is $74,000 a year for healthcare employees. The fourth best one is the computer field. The average salary for computer and IT type jobs in Erie County is about $74,000 a year. And of course, if you're an IT manager, you're going to be making a lot more. If you're entry level in IT, it's going to be less. And the fifth best paying job in Erie County by job type is engineering, and that's right around $68,000 a year. And you're going to see more of that, of course, in the manufacturing and maybe even in the education sector. So the third thing I want to talk about with Erie's economy is who are the big employers. If you're thinking about moving to Erie, these are companies that you want to go to their website and see what kind of job opportunities they have. And our number one employer is Erie Indemnity, which is Erie Insurance Company. And they're in downtown Erie. And they've got such an array and spectrum of opportunities there. They're the biggest employer, and you can go to their website and see what kind of jobs they have. Second biggest employer is UPMC Hammett. And again, they're in that health field. Third biggest employer is the Pennsylvania state government. We have a lot of government jobs here. We have a county courthouse, and we even have a federal courthouse, which is not a state jobs. We have a lot of state jobs in Erie County. Erie, I think, is the fourth or fifth biggest city in the state of Pennsylvania. So it makes sense that we would have a lot of state jobs. Believe it or not, the fourth biggest employer in Erie County is Walmart, and we have several large Walmart stores in Erie County. That one surprised me. The fifth biggest one is Allegheny Health Network, which was St. Vincent's Hospital, again in that healthcare sector, which makes sense because the healthcare sector is the biggest sector of employment in Erie County. Wabtec is number 6, and Wabtec used to be GE Transportation Systems. And Wabtec is a company now that I believe makes parts, products, testing, and support for GE Transportation Systems. And they're in the facility where GE Transportation used to be before GE Transportation moved to Texas. But Wabtec, W-A-B-T-E-C, a major employer here in Erie County. Number 7 is the federal government. And again, we have a federal courthouse here. We have a lot of jobs with Border Patrol because we are on the Great Lakes. So the federal government is the 7th biggest employer in Erie County. The school district of the city of Erie. We have a huge public school system here, and the school district of in the city of Erie is 8th biggest employer. Then the county of Erie, just county jobs supporting all the county schools, all the county functions, county government. That is the 9th biggest employer. And then the 10th biggest employer is the Barber National Institute. Those are the 3, I think, big important facts about Erie's economy. Again, I'm Joe Herbert, your Erie real estate agent. And if you're thinking about buying or selling real estate, I can help you. You can text or call me. My number is 814-602-6181. And again, subscribe, click the bell, click that thumb that you like it, and drop a comment and let us know what you know about Erie's economy. Thanks for watching.